let you jump in safely. You gotta always back it up by like battering and such. And if it's off cooldown, you have to hide because Harley's hitboxes are like too ridiculous. But that being said, oh my goodness, the camera and the lights across the street are trying to blind y'all and me together. But we're going to get into winner semis. Nobody's joining me in the back. It is my time to be shine. It is game number 1 of Zoo versus Twilight. Batman versus Harley. Obviously a pretty canonical matchup. And, well, yeah, see right there. Look at that. He did Sair too, and he got punished for it by Harley Sair. So biggest thing is the anti-air game. And also landing isn't as free against Harley because that up special exists. But Harley can struggle heavily once you get like yeah, here we go. Like once you start getting combo percentages up to like 60 plus, you're getting knocked out to any weakness stacked uppercut. Like that's just, you're just gone. Like right. Oh, he didn't have another up special to go after him. So that was pretty close, but look at how, like, this should be one of the fastest matches of the night, is the best way to put it. Like, this easily could be one of the quickest ones. Right now, Dare coming through. Nair gonna go ahead and find his mark. Zoo gonna go to the left, not gonna get caught. Didn't have himself in a comfortable spot to follow up, because you can do batarang and the uppercut in the air, but he was so close, so wasn't able to do it. Dare uppercut will take it off the top, though. Zoo gets the first one. Twilight already getting comboed quite a bit. Gotta avoid get weakness attack, but there's a follow-up off the bat bomb. Had the, excuse me, not the bat. Actually, yes. Yes. Technically still a bat bomb from Harley. The sticky bomb is gonna find the uppercut, or the up special, get the knockout. And I am joined by the one and only Retro. Hello.
Hi, how are you doing? Your Carl voice was awful.
I know, it was pretty bad this time.
So we got Zoo and Twilight.
Actually, no, man, screw you. You weren't even here. All right, my Carl, phenomenal. I'm not taking any. I'm not taking any of your opinions today. But, none, zero. But this is pretty close so far because that 59. I mean, both of them are at knockout percentages right now in this matchup. They're both very light. Surprised that one didn't knock out. That was a grounded version. So the Twilight did, however, get bounced off the platform. So that's gonna lead to a free one.
I feel like a lot of what was going on there was Zoo just handling Twilight, not having a lot left in the tank in order to get back.
Yeah, that's kind of like the main way. Oh, you're gone. You're gone. You're gone. Oh, why though?
Still nothing. He had an air jump available to him though, at least.
I guess he didn't have, like, he's been going for that same setup. Usually when he's burned all of his specials, maybe I just missed one of the up specials getting used. But Twilight does that against me often too. Dodges down and does up special upwards to get a reversal in that situation. But Zoo is, yeah, pretty much all options recovered from that point forward. Once you get caught by the bat bomb in that spot, good luck trying to land. And Zoo, after getting kind of, no, I won't say cooked at the start. He took a lot of damage at the start. Was able to rebound pretty well.
Yeah, he was able to kind of bring that back around off that first stock and kind of show the consistency that Zoo has with his Batman.
Yeah, his advantage state is so good.
Yeah, it's very good.
One thing that's so impressive about the way he does it too is he does it without actually using aerial mobility anymore, because he used to use it all the time. But now he just goes for the fire perk and the frost perk with triple jump. Just as, like, if I slow you down, I mean, I think batarang with frost perk in ones is like kind of standard, depending on unless it's like a super zoner. But it helps with your combos. It helps at disadvantage. It helps a ton. Fire is like because it's only 2 extra points, but at the same time, if you're getting those 2 extra points and you're constantly overwhelming people, well, that's gonna only help you that much more against those heavier characters.
I agree. I think that pretty much any character that has a projectile should think about running ice perk. There are obviously a few exceptions. I don't expect Harley to run it with the boxing.
Nah, not really necessary.
But Batman or Finn with Gem, I feel like those are really good options to cover, because having the ability to control someone else's speed in a game that is centered around moving fast is important.
Yep.
No
Oh,
up specials though, because he didn't have any.
Yeah, he was burnt out, but missing out on the second up air, but still doesn't matter. He was able to get it afterwards, and this time only taking 41. What happened last game was Twilight kept like anti-airing him with Sair, and now Zeus is kind of choosing his approaches differently, because Sair 2 is like one of your main burst options to get past like Harley's giant Nair. But once you start figuring out where that Sair comes in, it's gonna be way easier to find your own.
Yeah, there are a few ways to punish Harley on that approach. Neutral air dodge is actually very strong against this character as well. I think that the biggest thing about like her hammer is that it controls so much space and forward momentum. But if you neutral air dodge, you can then get a free punish because you're not going to get hit by any of the hammer.
I actually love watching the way these two both push very far and disadvantages like that, because Twilight was able to answer it back essentially the same way. But very, very close, very solid lead for Zoo now. It is built up over time. He's refusing to let like Twilight kind of jump in freely anymore.
Yeah, and the up special going to take out that stock there. Zoo with a very comfortable 30% lead. Pretty much anything about like this matchup is going to be whoever ends up getting that hit is going to rack up so much damage. Both these characters are so combo intensive.
Yeah, and usually I'd say this is still very doable for Twilight because of like how quick that combo damage could go on. I think Zoo has now entered Zen mode, though. We all know it. There's that point in time where Zoo is like, he has figured out your neutral game, and you can't keep him out. And that's continuing to rack up. He's got 84 resets. He forces the Nair. I knew like he was looking for the Nair, but he had nothing to really continue it.
Yeah, exactly. He was able to, get it started, but nothing afterwards. And the batarang playing in the assist, having the weakness stacks on the returning form of the batarang is just so helpful. You've got 5 stacks and a bat bomb on top of it. You're not making that back.
His batarang control is just like getting so much better every single week. Like, it's one thing to have the stacks, right? And on a mid-level Batman, like it's okay. Like I mean, like we'll use myself for example, right? Having a straight-up hit or throwing it to go behind people, you occasionally find a hit, but usually if the batarang control is not very good, it's gonna constantly be forced on the cooldown, and now you're playing neutral essentially like with half of your kit.
Yeah.
Zoo used to have that problem a little bit a couple weeks ago. In the time that he's been home by himself, or whatever he was doing, he's figured out so many new routes on how to safely approach with that and true combo into it with its way back around that it's actually like becoming insanely tough to deal with.
Yes,
so
it is.
I'm really impressed the way that he's like kind of been changing the way he uses it.